Good morning. Welcome back to the 2025 Cape Epic. It is stage 1, 92 kilometers, 2,750 meters of climbing, which works out at just under 30 meters of climbing per kilometer, and it's backloaded. The first half of the stage is actually pretty easy until Anna Bühler, which comes like 35 or so kilometers in, 40 kilometers in, and then it gets really, really hard. And then it's just up and down all the way to the finish. So it's going to be a proper sort out, shake out today. Looking back on yesterday, very, very exciting racing. I think when Annika and, nearly said Ariane, when Annika and Sofia Gomez went out so hard in the start of their time trial, I thought, yes, that's the end of the women's race. But then they slowed. They told Ben from the international TV crew that they actually misjudged their effort slightly, went out a bit too hard, so they had to ease up. And that allowed Samara Shepherd and Margot Moschetti back into the race. Ended up just 3 seconds between the first and second women's team on the day. So that bodes really well for the rest of the race. And this morning already, those teams following each other well. A little bit of a steady start there in the women's race in the first 15 Ks or so, the first hour of racing. In the men's race, not unexpected that the WILIER-VITTORIA team were really strong. Luca and Simone are absolute weapons on the cross country, both top 10 ranked riders on the cross country World Cup. They were the only team to go under an hour. They did 59 minutes and 45 seconds for their time trial, and they had a puncture. Luca had a front wheel puncture, Simone had a rear wheel puncture. They had to plug, so they had to stop twice in that time. They were still 20 seconds faster than Scott Schramm's Nino Schurter and Filippo Colombo, who were pretty happy with their effort, as were the Honeycomb team of Mark Pritson and Wessel Buerta. Wessel also had to stop to fix a puncture. They were 104 down on the stage winners, in third place on the day. They lead the Absa African jersey competition. Then Mbuko was 6 seconds slower than that in fourth. Tristan and Marco had a fantastic day, and this is probably the day that suits them the least of the race as well. So look for them to get stronger a little bit further down. Craig and Ben Oliver, the New Zealanders who were strong at the Champions race, they were fifth on the day. Hopefully they can ride themselves into the race as well. Real underdog story there from the Kiwis. Speed Company Racing, sixth on the day, 130 down. Not a bad result given where everybody kind of thought they were coming into the race as well, and they've been active in the first hour this morning. The disappointments of the day, I suppose you could say, Matt Beers and Keegan Swenson. Keegan looked to be struggling. They ceded 2 minutes 33 to the stage winners. Probably more importantly, though, they then lost 2 minutes 10 to Nino Schurter and Filippo Colombo. So that's going to be difficult to bring back. But looking at how the last couple of editions of the race have gone, maybe even going back to 2022 when Speed Company won, teams have come from further behind, so a lot further behind, in fact, like 7 minutes in Matt and Chris Blevins' case in 2023. So it's not the end of the world. Long race to go, and we'll look to Matt and Keegan to see how they're doing and to see if they can claw back some of that time today already. Back at the women's race, the story of the day, I think there from a South African perspective, it's Hayley Preen and Bianca Hoare really lighting it up. Fifth on the day, and 3:17 behind the leaders. They're the top All-African team, and they're just behind Cannondale ISB Sport, who were fourth, who did it in 3:12 slower than Annika and Sofia. So that's 5 seconds between fourth and fifth. Efficient Infinity and Sure SCB Schramm in the middle there in third. Vera and Alexis Ocado were a little bit unhappy with their result, but I don't think they really have anything to be unhappy about. I think they're going to build into the race as well. So keep tuning in, and remember to check that interview with Candice Lill from yesterday as well. It was really fantastic chatting to her and interesting talking about her plans for the year. Until tomorrow, thank you very much.